thought I'd take a break from the twisted table today and work on a fun little project for my son, but it ended up actually causing me quite a bit of trouble. I don't think I took it seriously enough. But in the end, it worked out, so here we go. I'll start with a piece of scrap cherry, and except for the fish, I got everything out of that one piece. So I rip to length and start laying out the fishing pole. And I actually do drill this hole, I just lost the footage, so you'll have to trust me. Remove material from one side of the pole only at this point. In order to get the shaft in there, I thought I'd break this piece off and then glue it back on. But I ended up mangling it. I attempt to glue it back together, but this ends up not working out, and I just have to sand it flat and use another piece to glue on. I widen the hole down almost to the end to contain the shaft. Then I need to sand in order to make it fit. Now I can narrow a section of that shaft so that it catches and is held inside the body of the fishing pole. Now for the biggest mistake of the project, I go ahead and glue this up before I drill out the hole for the string to be attached. But for now I work on a little crank arm for the fishing pole. Knob will be held on for now that I polish it. So I drill a nice little recess for that nail head, but then I ended up attaching it backwards later on. And I make the knob with the drill and the disc sander. This turned out pretty nice. And for the fish, I used some scrap, curly maple, and purple heart. Trace the fish out with carbon paper and then cut them on the scroll saw. In order for the magnet to pick the fish up, I need to put a little nail head in the mouth of each fish. So I hammer that in order to not crack the wood, I use a clamp to support it while the nail's going in. I work on the magnet piece for the end of the line and drill a little recess for the knot to be contained and not get in the way of the magnet when I glue it in. I'm working on the pole again. At this point, I have to fix my mistake and very carefully remove the material on either side of the shaft that's going to hold the line. And this was a lot of fiddly work, especially because I needed to sand it and smooth out everything inside there, because any little snag will catch the line and cause it not to function very well. So I really caused a lot of trouble by not drilling that out first. was me drilling the wrong side. But in the end, it wasn't all that big a deal. The nail head shows, and there's a recess that's not really doing anything, but it's not that big a deal. I drill the holes for the line at the end of the pole. I remove some wood so that the line has a straighter path from the reel to the end of the line, keeps it from hanging up. Drill the hole in the reel. Tie everything together and melt the end of the string to keep it in place. I finish it with food-safe butcher block oil. And then put the magnetic end together.